documenting the Metamorphosis. So I wanted to do one before Sunday, which was yesterday. Another one. I did a 2-hour and 10-minute one, then did another 1-hour one, talking about so much intrinsic stuff, yeah. All that intrinsic stuff has been monumentally delved into, and much of it's been transformed. Especially since Wednesday. I managed to break through it on Wednesday night and find that there's this band of muscle about that wide that runs from basically the bottom of the rib cage down through the outside of my hip on the right side, and then down behind my leg in the bicep femoris. Wasn't being activated. So I got stuff on Wednesday night, and I just managed to get through it really gently and slowly. I activated these muscles, and like practicing kung fu stuff, techniques, like how do you fight against a crowd of soldiers that have all got spears and swords and whatnot. Then that kind of movement. A lot of resetting. You know, Wednesday night, from about 9 p.m. to 12 a.m., I worked very hard at getting close to myself and fixing myself and coming to be aware of myself and getting control of my body. I fixed my back. I was in terrible pain. I fixed it. So this is what I can do. I can fix my body. And so I fixed my body. Monumental. Then the next day, I went and helped do some work that I wasn't going to do. And then I kept doing it. I kept at it till it was done, because otherwise it wouldn't be done. And I really messed my back up again. Then Friday, it's quite painful. And then I went out and saw Sabrina Laurie and Caligula and Def Effects on Friday night. And it wasn't until basically the gig was finished, and then they played Chemical Brothers' Hey Boy, Hey Girl, and I was still standing there on the dance floor, so I just busted into a dance. And then that one, because like, right, we're going now, the venue's closing, we're going, done, the concert's over, right, bust this one out, and just heard that song so many times, so I really busted out some dance and freed up my body a lot. But that was disturbing to see how tight I could be. I mean, I'm having a good at dance to Def Effects. And, yeah, so it just shows attention. And having a great dance to Def Effects. Tell you what, they're amazing as an act. The music they produce. Fiona Horn as a performer. As a person. And as a human being. There's two different things, like as a person, as a personality, and just as a human being, like a human being there standing in front of you, being that, like, she's the real deal. She's a witch. She's a real deal. And she's humble too, you know, like, I asked her to sign a, got a vinyl record for my daughter, and I asked her to sign it for her, and she's 17, it's birthday next week. So she'll be 18. No, she'll be 17 next week. And then she said, "What should I write?" And I said, "Well, just channel something from being that witch up there on the stage." She goes, "Excuse me, I'm sorry." And I said, like, just what what you were up on stage, you know, like you weren't trying to be anything, and you were just channeling, you were being that magic, you know, like just that, something like that. Actually, I don't know where that came from, and I was asleep just beforehand. I'm like, well, that's it. It came from your center. I can see it very clearly. It's channeled through your center. So I'm just going to step backwards now out of your space and like out of your energy field, so I'm not influencing anything. And yeah. And then so I just chatted to other people for a minute, and then she handed me the vinyl. And then we had a bit of a chat, and, you know, I was there for a bit, kind of part of the interaction with her and this other guy before the interaction then with me. And then we had a bit of a chat after. You know, like, if you want to work out how to be a human being and what you're supposed to be on this planet, like why you were born as a human being, and what we're doing here as human beings, then Fiona Horn is the best example that I have ever seen. You know, like I say, Sadhguru or something like that. But I don't know, he seemed a little bit out of reach and untouchable, you know. You know, that there are people out there that have incredible power because they've worked on themselves, and then they can go and be something for this world. And yeah, so that was really great, you know, like I was in a particularly focused state of being, and in a lot of discomfort as well. Like my back was still really sore and stuff, you know, and I had just fixed my back and then gone and done this to myself, you see. So all of that come out, and anyway, then I was all focused to this point of training, coming to training, and it's monumental, massive transformation. Yesterday, chilling out on the beach after working real hard on Saturday, just letting my body rest, pushing myself through this training, and just going, oh God, this is really, I was absolutely ready to break myself against the mountain of John and break myself against the mountain of Jackie, and then end up, oh, I'm going to be a bit late. Actually, I'm going to be like 40 minutes late now. So instead of allowing that rush and traffic and change and all this kind of stuff to now, letting no rush, not letting any rush or letting stress or anything. I'm already with somebody, so we'll just allow the plans to change a bit, so there is no ripples, there's no disharmony, and do that, then find the right harmony, and it all works out. So I didn't end up making training, but we kept grace in the world. But I had some camel for John and Jackie. So they ended up picking it up later that night, and I spoke to them for 10 minutes. And it's funny because they're both talking to me at the same time, and it's really interesting because they're masters. They know what they're doing, they're masters. And they're both talking to me at the same time. And I can hear what they're saying. I can understand. I can follow what they're both telling me at the same time. So I really want to record that, because that was a really interesting thing to notice. That I really wanted to record the two of them talking about that. I got my dear friend's turning up, so I might just put him on the video. Do you want to be on video? This is my documenting Metamorphosis video. Just want to, yeah, I'll put it on. Just go. This is the kind of people that's why finally I'm allowed to be who I am, because this bloke lets me be who I am. Like there's no about me being who I am, right? So this bloke, and there's no one else like him. There's no one else like me. So here's my brother Sonnet.
Hello.
Now he doesn't know when he was born. Doesn't have a birthday. He's probably 60 or 70 something. I asked him that question years ago, and then he took him ages to think, and then he answered me as maybe 60 something. Well, that was years ago. probably 8 years ago. So there's him and I. I'll just use an example. He's just turned up. So he's someone like me. He'll cook for 300 people. Can do all kinds of things. He got a bit shy because there's no one on the other side of this. You see, he's expecting to talk to someone, but there's no one else there. You see. So I gone and created all kinds of things in the world with all kinds of people that have fucked it up. It's been that guy there that's turned up like magic. And so you want another example of a human being, then you got that bloke there. But I was using Fiona Horn because she's able to be out there in the world in sharing the message really clear and authentic. Right, so he's here. I'll wrap this up. And I don't want to talk too long anyway, particularly since I didn't even go to training. But I got some training. I pushed myself right to the point that then they saw that, they recognized, they saw how I was moving. See, they could see I was moving. And they said things, and I said things, and they could see that I got it. So they said all this other stuff, and I listened, and I heard it, and I applied it. Went across the road in the park and applied it. Got it in the nervous system. Came back, cooked up myself some camel. It was delicious. And then meditated on it all. I went to sleep with a real great gratitude for them. They're really amazing people. They're really amazing human beings, really amazing teachers. And then John said that the two of them taken something that is really harsh and full on and demanding, extreme, hardcore training, and they've made it gentle by giving it round edges. So that's very interesting. So I wonder what the training would be like through other people. But through these guys, it's amazing. And so they're saying, just gentle, slowly. But I go to cross, this is soul conditions. I can't just not do it all week and then only do it on Sunday nights because I can't move. My whole soul, my whole body can't move. I can't move. My bus is over there broken down. It's been broken down since the 2nd of January 2017, which is the last time it broke down. Broke down plenty of times before that, but it just shouldn't have happened, but I can't move. I can't move in life at all, with anything. And like you look at metaphysics, like Louise Hay says, there's direction and stuff when it comes to hip. And so there's all that, but literally I can't move. I can't move very much at all. My movement, like I shouldn't be saying those words, like I can move. My movement was hindered, but there have been times where I've been completely unable to move. So that's why I'm going to that extreme, because it sits there. And it's been that in the last few days as well, like fixing my back up, feeling really good. And then, oh, God, I need to just be trying to get up out of a chair, So I still got a lot of work to do. I acknowledge that. I can move. But you see the soul reflection. You see this is the metaphysics of the soul reflection of what's going on. The soul animates the body. So slowly, gently. I just don't know if you'd find masters presenting this way with the teachings and the human connection. Well, they're not my friends, they're mentors, you know. But by default, everything they do is an act of the greatest friendship. But anyway, the biomechanics that they're teaching, the philosophy, the metaphysics, the principles, everything. What they want to see. It's so special. It's so special. Feel immense gratitude. I wanted to do one this last week, so what I really want to get across is that I've been training hard. Trained a lot harder this last week and worked a lot harder this last week than I have for quite a while. Didn't get to go to training, but I was able to give something back. I felt really good about being able to give something back and give the camel. And then show that I've been training. They could see it in my body. They could see the way I was moving. They could see, yeah, this motherfucker's been doing the work. There's no substitute for work, and he's been doing that work. So yeah, here's the next lesson. So I'll take that with full stead into the next week. And the body's feeling a lot more comfortable today. You know, it's a hard slog out there. But it's a harder slog in here to keep control over your own body. The more skill we have, the more scrutiny we have to have over our mind, that we are actually putting our mind through every millimeter of nerve in our body and muscle. Right, that's not off to work.